if I ever leave this world alive. Well, thank you for the things you did in my life.
Greetings, YouTube, fellow pipe smokers, wisdom junkie. A pipe with Epictetus, episode 3. Thanks for stopping by. Today, smoking my Joe's pipe. In it, something called McClelland number 4? I don't know. It's a chocolate blend from McClelland. And I don't hate it. It's actually pretty good. Very aromatic. So, give it a shot. You might like it. Today, section 5 and 6 and 7. Epictetus's Enchiridion. My series about Stoicism, the Stoic philosophy. You know, keep in mind, guys, I am no expert by any stretch of the imagination. I am not a philosophy professor. I wasn't a philosophy major. This is just a guy reading a book who's interested in the subject matter and doing his own interpretation. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who knows a lot more about this stuff than I do. And there are who might stumble upon these videos and be like, yeah, dude, who the hell are you? You're way wrong, whatever. And that's fine. I don't care. This is just me making some videos about my interpretations of what's being said in these books. So, that's all. Nothing more. Anyway, section 5. Sorry, 5. Men are disturbed not by the things which happen, but by the opinions about the things. That's a key lesson in this whole thing. That we are not disturbed by things that happen, but we are disturbed by our opinions about things that happen. We're only disturbed by what we allow ourselves to be disturbed by. If somebody calls us a name and insults us, it's not the insult, it's not the word, it's not the tone and the voice that comes out in the words. It's just words. It's our opinion about what those words mean and how we take that disturbs us. So, that's what he's saying here. So in other words, people are not upset by things, but by our opinion about things. For example, and he talks about death. Death is nothing. Nothing terrible, for if it were, it would have seemed so to Socrates. For the opinion about death, that it is terrible, is a terrible thing. So death in itself is not terrible. Death is natural. Remember yesterday we were talking about aligning yourself with the nature of things? Once you align yourself with the nature of situations and things like that, then you're less vexed. Same thing with death. Why would you let death bother you? It's natural. It's your opinion about death that you need to change. Socrates, I don't know if you know his story, but he was accused of corrupting the youth by making them think and question things. And he stuck to his guns and didn't care, and he was going to be executed. He could have gotten out of it, but chose not to, because death didn't bother him. And so it seemed so to Socrates. Don't blame others when you are impeded or disturbed. Blame yourself and your opinion about the matter. My little grandson comes out here right now and starts getting in the way of me making these videos. Epictetus is saying I shouldn't blame him that I'm impeded or disturbed, but I should blame myself for my opinion about what's happening. I'm in my own little world trying to make videos, and he's coming out here and all he wants is my attention, but I'm going to be angry at him because he's getting in my way and impeding me. It's my opinion about the situation. And once we grasp that idea, then we become more in control of our emotions and more in line with the nature of things. That's what he's saying here. He says it's an act of an ill-instructed man to blame others for his own bad condition. It is the act of one who has begun to be instructed to lay the blame on himself, but one of whose instruction is complete, neither to blame another or himself. So in other words, he's saying that men who are not instructed in Stoic philosophy or Stoicism will blame others for their problems and everything else and the conditions and the environment and everything that's going on around them for their own condition. He's saying that Stoic people who are in the middle of their studies will begin to take everything on themselves. This is my fault. This is my thing. This is my opinion of things. But he says that the wise person will blame neither. And that's just the nature of things. So we're not going to get too worked up in them and become so emotionally slavish to our emotions about things that we can't control. So that's section 5. That wasn't so bad, huh? Section 6. I'm going to interpret the complex language into more simple language so we can try to grasp what's being said here. Here's my interpretation of section 6. Epictetus says, don't get excited at the advantages that belong to others. If an excited horse said, I am beautiful, people may accept it. But if you are excited and tell people that you have a beautiful horse, you must know that you are simply excited about having a good horse. What of the horse's goodness belongs to you? The use of appearances. So when in the use of appearances you are conformable to nature, be excited, for then you will be excited at something good, which is yours to be excited about. Let me try to explain what he's saying here. So don't get excited at the advantages that belongs to others. So if an excited horse, so let's, instead of using horse, let's use pipe. If a Shadrach pipe says, I am beautiful, people will accept that Shadrach's pipe is beautiful. Okay? But if I'm excited and tell people, hey, I have a beautiful Shadrach pipe, I must know that I'm simply excited about having a good pipe. What of the pipe's goodness actually belongs to me? This is the use of appearances. So, when we're conformable to nature, we can be excited. When we are excited at something good, which is ours to be excited about. I don't really own this. I don't own the beauty of what is the Shadrach pipe. Only the Shadrach pipe has its own beauty. So I really shouldn't be excited about it. Okay? Because the same goes for any type of possession. But remember, what is it that we actually possess? What is it that we actually have control over? That we should be excited about. The only thing he's saying we should be really excited about is our opinions, our efforts, the things we put our effort and energy into, our desires, and our aversions, because these are free. Does that make sense? So, we should be excited at those things, in those things only. And that's section 6. Let's move on to section 7. Section 7 is about death and how we should not try to evade death. That it is a natural thing, and that, let me just read it. This is my interpretation of Section 7. If on a ship voyage, that's a metaphor for life, you reach a port and decide to go and get provisions, amuse yourself also by picking up things you enjoy. So in this journey of life, go and do things that make you happy, that bring you joy. But your thoughts ought to be directed to the ship, constantly waiting for the ship's captain to call you back. The ship's captain is a metaphor for death, or the Grim Reaper, or heaven, or whatever it is that you see as the afterlife, that thing which is about to call you back from whence you came. And if he should call, you must throw away all those things you picked up, so you don't return to the ship kicking and screaming. So in life also, if you obtain a wife and a child, that is good. But if the captain should call you back to the ship, run to the ship and leave them as all things behind, disregarding them all. Okay? He's saying don't cling too much to the things that you enjoy in this life. Don't cling to your possessions, and don't cling to everything that keeps you here, because death will come. And the more you try to resist that fact, the more vexed you will be, the more out of sync with the nature of things you will be, and you will be less stoic in general. So be prepared for death at any time, at any moment, and be okay with that. Work that through. Death, one of these Stoic philosophers says that death should be on the mind daily, so that it doesn't become something that you constantly have to fear. Because why live in fear, right? Especially when it's a natural thing. He says, if you are old, don't venture far from the ship, lest when you are called you try to evade. And what he's talking about there is when it comes time for your death, let's say you get very sick or very ill, you know what's going to happen. Some people go out kicking and screaming and trying to fight something that's inevitable. And that's not the Stoic way. A Stoic will accept his fate and go out with dignity, poise, he will not cry about it, or she. He will not try to evade, because he is a Stoic. So, enough for today. Thanks for joining me on another episode of A Pipe with Epictetus. I hope you're enjoying this little series so far. I'm getting some good comments back, some very good comments. Deep thinking thoughts, additions to what I'm saying, some clarifications, different interpretations. I'm loving it. So, for those of you who are actually watching through these 10-minute plus videos, I hope you're getting something out of it. This is just a philosophy. There's many other philosophies, and it's not a religious thing, and Stoicism doesn't really go against anybody's real religion at all. It can fall in line with Christianity. It can fall in line with so many other things. It's just a way of looking at things. And anyway, I hope you're enjoying it. I'm enjoying doing them. So, Smoking Lamp is out. Until next time, folks. We'll see you.